Manufacturing in Uganda, I must say today, is on course. But when you look way back, that is when NRM government came to power, that was 1986, manufacturing in Uganda was almost in non-existence because all industries had shut down, others dilapidated, and virtually every commodity in Uganda was coming across the border, from across the border. So a few who were doing manufacturing, like Mr. James Murwana, like Nightil, like Sembule Steel Mills, and a few others got together and decided to form Uganda Manufacturer Association, which came into existence in 1988. So when the association came into existence, the main job for the association was what we used to call firefighting. You see, when you are firefighting, you don't ask many questions. The only thing you do is to bring water and put up the fire. In this case, the only thing which had to be done is to ensure that products begin to be produced locally. For example, soda, juice, sugar, all these we had to fight tooth and nail to ensure that they are back on the road. Today, I'm happy to say that era is gone. But unfortunately, we have never sat down to look behind and make proper strategy for a way forward. I told you we are doing firefighting, and I want to tell you, much as we have sugar and all other things, all we do, we are still firefighting. We in UMA would have changed the style. Now, most of the industries we have, they are in category B, or what we call secondary industries. And I think time has come for us to look at the next stage, whereby we have primary industries, industries which will make Ugandans, I don't want to call it rich, but Ugandans to afford to live a good life. I'm saying this because primary industries, these are industries you use basing on the raw materials available in the country. I can give you just a few. One of the big primary industry we have ignored, that is the steel mining, iron ore in Kabale. We have ignored this. This is a big factory which can create several others. You mine the iron ore, that is an industry. You melt the iron ore, that's another what? Industry. Flattening the billets, that's another industry. Then you start the industries we have. All these will do. That is simply just go to Kabale, start mining. Now, one thing I've been saying, individuals, because the government went ahead and made a very big mistake, giving individuals license. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. There is no KADDU, there is no singer, there is no what, who will manage? It is the government to do the initiative and do the mining. It is the government, only the government will do this. Now, if just mining iron ore, fullest, because already the deposits we have, according to the figures, I wish you could go in your library and see. We have 50 years of iron ore. Today, you just go back and look at how much money we spend just importing iron. Steel bazi, sijui mabati, but every iron sheet. The president has made a lot of initiative in making vehicles and what have you, but making a vehicle, almost 70-80% of the vehicle is almost steel, which we have here, and we have not exploited it. Therefore, I'll urge the government really to go in for such an industry. It will do a lot of change in the economy of this country. Well, another sector I think is in textile. It is in textile. Because each and every Ugandan wears a cloth. Each and every Ugandan. You, me, a baby. But it is surprising to note that almost all the clothing we are using is just being imported. It's a shame, by the way. I must say, it is a shame. When in the 70s and early 80s, you hardly find a school child in an imported uniform. Then today, even a baby is in an imported material. There are industrialists who come here hiding themselves, claiming to be producing in Uganda. They are not. I have checked this myself, and I have proof that they are not producing any cloth here. They are just importing from their country, put them in their industries, and then they say, we are doing it in Uganda. So I think government should make an initiative to ensure that we have enough cotton to have all our clothing material, at least school uniform. Tell me, how many meters of clothing do you import every year just for clothing material, just uniform? How many school children do you have in school? So that is another industry really. And from cotton industry, I think there are so many others which are going to spring up. So many others. And in fact, if the government can concentrate on only those two, you are going to make a very big difference. Because with the cotton industry fully utilized, you are going to save the government from importing laundry soap. You are going to save the government from importing school uniform. You are going to save the government from bandages that you use in hospitals. You are going to save the government cotton wool. You are going to save the government cotton seed cake, which they get from Tanzania. All this, they are made oil you eat in the homes. Yeah, I think those two are enough really, because you can't mention everything. Those two are enough. I've not mentioned the cassava, I've not mentioned the what. Textile, very, very difficult. We need to make a study real as UMA to establish why the textile industry has not taken off. What is hindering the textile industry to take off? What do we need to do as Ugandans? I'm sure there is a lot you can get. No, I put this to Uganda Manufacturers Association to go and find out exactly why the textile industry has not taken off. Well, when you look, because I wish I knew I would have come out with at least a product which is used in other countries, but in other countries, let me take food. I'll just take food generally. Now, here in Uganda, we take food for granted because anybody can plant. You plant food, cows, chicken, and what have you. Just we take it for granted because God, I think, likes Uganda like anything. I'm telling you, Uganda is a special country because this is a country whereby you cannot go hungry. Did you know that? You just walk around, you find the fene across on the roadside tree. Pull down, you start eating. You find a mango. Other countries, it's not there. Whatever you eat, you must buy. Now, what do those countries do? Those countries make sure they help farmers. They protect farmers. I think that's what you wanted. They protect farmers. A farmer will start growing maize. A farmer will start growing potato, knowing how much he or she will get out of his garden. Because government will give you a guarantee. Plant so much, it must go. Once you harvest, you start selling, and something's left, the government will. You must have realized some of the food we get from outside world as a grant. You must have seen rice, you must have seen maize, you must have seen oil. All these they give you, it is to protect the farmer, because when the harvest comes, and the farmers have overproduced. All the excess the government will buy off. Now the next season, if you do the same and the government has nowhere to store, what was produced last, they give you the old ones, must be given away so that they have room to keep. This is to protect their farmer. It is not going to say, this time we have enough, we're not going to buy. Mark, you the farmer has already produced. If you do not buy it, it means the farmer is going to lose. And the next season, he is not doing so. A farmer is always protected. But in poor Uganda, you produce a milk, because it is the rainy season, a liter goes at 300 shillings. Now, 300 shillings really, poor farmer, what do you expect? Huh? When just the drugs for spraying, the vet visiting, so things become very difficult. I think that's all. That's what I can say.